how is everyone doing? Today is a very unique episode. It's Q&A questions and it is Ask Pearl Anything. Yeah, I'm bringing it back in. Yesterday I asked a lot of you to ask me questions regarding relationship and newlywed marriages. Thank you so much for submitting all the questions. I really had fun reading. Some of you even typed several times the same questions. I know you guys were like, ugh, I hope she won't miss the question. Don't worry, I did not miss any questions. So before we start, I want to say that everything that I will say in terms of advices, everything is based on my personal experience, my personal knowledge, and how I personally think. So if you do not agree with me, you can share it down below in the comment below. And if you really do not agree with me, it's okay. You need to know that we are two different people. It's fine to have your own opinion as well. So let's start. The first question is by Najiha, Best Tak Kawin. Honestly, it has been really good. Now, one thing you need to know that wedding and marriage is two different things. Wedding is an event. Marriage is the commitment. Having a husband is an awesome feeling. I love my husband and he loved me a lot too. And that's what's so sweet about us. So best, sangat best, super best, absolutely best. Yeah! The second question is by Marilyn NWML. Is Rizrin your first boyfriend? No. I have experienced dating different people. He's not my first boyfriend, but he's my last boyfriend. So I'm happy about that. Whoa, I just realized that a lot of questions here are very serious. The third question is by Fazrina Fox. Ooh, I like your name. How do you know that he's the right one for you? To be honest, I don't know that he's the right one for me. But I think my heart knew that he's the right one for me. When you love somebody and you started dating, it's very happy, you love him, you want to give him everything, you want to like spend time with him, etc, etc. But when you enter 2 to 3 years of dating, it's no longer just about, oh, how I feel or what. It's the fact that you kind of get bored about dating. Like, you don't have new things. Because first year, you want to do everything together, so you did everything together. But second and third year, you feel bored. And I'm saying this is the good sign. You just feel like you want to involve your friend, you want to do this and do that. But if you actually manage to go through the hurdle and of that kind of thought and go into like, actually I don't mind doing the same thing over and over and over again. I don't mind just doing nothing with you. I don't mind just staring at you and thinking, what in the world are you doing? I don't mind accepting both your pros and cons, and I love your family as much as I love you. When you have this kind of mindset, I don't know, I think that's when you will feel good. Honestly, to be honest, I don't have a right answer for that. I don't know whether he's the right one for me, but at this moment, I know he's the one for me. Yeah, so I guess that's my answer. The fourth question is by Nikki Natash. Is marriage what you expected it to be? No. No, definitely no. I mean, as a little girl, you see all these Disney shows and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna be a princess, oh, the hot life, then now I'm a princess, I'm a queen, I don't need to do anything. I was a princess before I got married, guys. I didn't need to wash clothes, I didn't need to wash plates, I didn't need to do all those things. Now that I'm married, I actually have to do it. I have to wash clothes, I have to wash plates, and sometimes I have to make breakfast, I have to wake up and make coffee, I have to clean the house. You guys saw the vlogs, you know that I actually do clean, I actually do things here and there. So it's not what I expected. I was a princess before I got married. After married, I'm a human, a married human. I'm saying this with all love. I'm not saying that I did all this by myself. Bear does his fair share. I need to breathe. Bear does his fair share as well. But before this, he was also a prince. He has made I did not expect the level of family commitments you have, because you need to remember, now it's not just one family, you dedicate yourself to 2 families. Sorry about the noise if you hear, it's my washing machine. It's about, see, I'm washing clothes. Now you dedicated your time to 2 families, your time, your effort, and your love. 2 families. You get 2 dads, you get 2 moms, and to be honest, you need to give equal attention to both. More responsibility, commitments. It's all realistic talk. It's all real talk. The 5th question is by, how do you share your interest with him? What if he didn't like it? What will you do? To be honest, I think that he is super open to trying everything. Even if he doesn't like it, he doesn't know that he won't like it until he tries it. So he will always try new things. I'm on the other hand, sometimes I don't like certain things. Like Spartan, I didn't like it. So you just need to try. So one thing is, you need to understand that even if you're married, you're not the same person. You're still 2 different people, but spending one life together. You are still you, and he is still him. He has his own background, his own upbringing, his own kind of style of doing things. Same as you, you have your own style of doing things, etc. And you have your own hobby, same as him. So what you can do is you can teach each another, share with each another, but you have to accept the fact that sometimes he might not like what you like. Get it? And it is okay to do your hobby yourself. Okay, this is a fun one. When you guys are gonna have a baby, or do you guys planning or something? And this is by Febvlog. I really hope I didn't butcher your name. We are planning in the sense that we're gonna take 1 year off to enjoy our life together, and then after that, I do want a baby. If I can, I want a twins. 1 boy, 1 girl. Settle 1 shot. And I love kids. He loves kids. I think you can see from my vlogs that I want kids. My ovaries tend to burst all the time, but I'm containing it down. Because let's be realistic, I need to like spend some one-to-one time with Vera first before we introduce a new human being into our life for the rest of our life. I'm just gonna answer 2 more questions because a lot of these questions are all the same, guys. You guys ask a lot of the same thing. And then besides that, there's a lot of stories, personal stories here that I do not want to say out into the camera. I prefer to do it one-to-one. I'm not very good at replying, but slowly I will, and I try to reply. But sometimes a lot of questions you ask me is very deep, and often the time I feel like I'm not qualified to answer, and I need some time to think about it and feel like whether I can answer or even be responsible for my words to you, my advice to you. Next 2 questions by NHH_Nani. How you cope with all the circumstances in multiracial marriage, family acceptance? Circumstances like how? This is a tough one. Okay, so circumstances. I don't really understand what that means, or multiracial. If you say like negativity or rejections or all these things like towards the not so happy things, you just gotta deal with it as a couple. Communication is the key here. You need to talk to each another and find ways that you can cope with it with each another. If you're going to talk about family acceptance, because she mentioned that, right? I'm very fortunate and I'm super blessed, and I thank God every day for it that I have an awesome parents. My dad is a person that preaches about love, and why that I emphasize that is because of how he described the love. All kinds of love, brotherly love, relationship love, faith love with God. Everything, the way he described is love can conquer everything. If you love each another, you can do everything. And I'm not gonna support or motivate you to do a lot of things that you might be thinking, oh, per se, love conquer everything, so I can do this and do that. No, love is true. Anything that's here that is bad here, you think he doesn't care for you and everything, if you love him, you know he cares for you. If you love him, you know you can trust him. If you love him, you know that this relationship will last. And my whole marriage, my whole relationship process, Bear and I are very strong believer of love. But communication through love works, okay? You need to communicate when you love somebody. You cannot expect someone to understand how you're feeling if you don't communicate. Especially two people initially who were strangers and then got together, start dating, and then now want to get married and become family. You need to communicate. Okay, so I'm gonna mix these two questions and become one. So the last question is from KKJBB25 and almost super girl. Hey girl, you're a super girl. What's with the almost? Be a super girl. So, how can interracial couple with different religion cope? Do your families ever have any objections? And the other one is being in a mixed let me do this again. Is being in a mixed race relationship very challenging? What's your tip? The tip is communication. I guess the main thing that people need to understand first before anything is that if you are mixed race, mixed religion, there's a difference towards the word race and religion. Not just the pronunciation or whatsoever, but race got to do with culture and religion got to do with, well, religion. So let's talk about race first. Yeah, the key thing is basically just to understand and communicate. And why I emphasize communication so much is because it's hard enough of people of the same race, of the same religion to like understand each another if they don't communicate. So what more if you have different languages, different upbringing, different culture, different religion. So please communicate. One thing I love about mixed culture is that you get to learn so many things about different culture without spending money, going overseas whatsoever. Things that are not, you can't read from the book. It's things that you only learn because you live with a person that has that culture. At the end of the day, it's all about integrating two cultures and making it your own. For example, me, during Chinese New Year, I do celebrate. So him will join in because I'm married to him. And he loved every single aspect to it. And things that you can do, cannot do, you just need to learn how to deal with it and adjust accordingly. And be okay with adjustment in the sense that don't be too sensitive. You don't like it, just talk about it. And if you can't reach a solution, maybe you guys can like come up with a decision of just agreeing to disagree with that thing and don't do that. Yeah, that's a solution. So there's so many ways to see, and that's just culture, race. Religion, let's talk about religion. It is a very sensitive subject. So why I say it's sensitive is because everyone has their own faith. Everyone has their own mentality of faith, and everyone got their own understanding of faith. I'm trying to be as general as possible because it's a very sensitive subject. So one advice that I can give for any mixed relationship, mixed marriages regarding about religion is just to be open-minded. It's easier said than being done, and it comes from a lot of personal experiences. Just be open-minded, guys. And I don't mean like being open-minded like, yeah, I'll be open-minded, but inside you're like judging and whatsoever. You need to take that mentality and shove it away. What I mean by being open-minded is being okay to learn about the religion. Even if it's a subject, take it as a subject, that's what I meant. take it as a subject. You don't like the subject, you don't understand the subject, you fear the subject, but you know about the subject. Just learn about it. Learning comes from a lot of manners. You can learn from people, you can learn from books, you can learn from YouTube. There's so many mediums for it. But I guess the key thing that I want to say is, don't take everything to heart and bottle it and let it build up, and all the things that you don't like or you don't understand, and let it boil it and it just bursts. If you are trying to learn each other's religion or race or culture, it should not stop you from loving each another. It should always be whatever you do for each other, like learning or all arguments, should head towards the success of the relationship. Just imagine your relationship like a muscle, and you have to work hard to build strong muscle. So yeah, a relationship is like a muscle. You need to work hard and build a strong relationship. And I guess if you're entering a marriage and you're still questioning all these things, one key thing is, don't expect your marriage to be different from your dating life. Whatever questions you're asking yourself now when you're dating, it will amplify when you're married. So yeah, I don't know whether I answered your question, but I feel like I've been talking a lot about the last question. So I answered those questions and I hope you like it. Oh wow, I'm so sorry guys. I just realized how you can't see my eyes, so I'm so sorry. Let me just end it with me, like you can see me. I've been out the whole day, so sorry about this. I wanted to do this as a very joyful kind of video because that is what I always aim for, having fun. But towards the end, I realized that I got really serious, and I hope you guys don't mind me being very serious, because relationship is a serious matter. You put your heart into it, you put your mind into it, you put your soul into it. And when you marry someone like what I did, it's two souls becoming one, and that's forever, guys. So above all, love each another parents, because they made the boy, the girl that you like, okay? Love each another siblings, because they had to tolerate with the boy or girl that you are gonna marry with. Know that at the end of the day, if you think it's worth it, make it worth it. Yep. Just be all honest and vulnerable of it. Because if you decided that it's worth it, it is your decision to love each another. It is your decision to make that marriage, that relationship work. And no matter what hardship it is, I'm there with you guys. It's not easy, but for me, it's so worth it. Whoa, so serious. Okay, I want to stop this. So I hope you like this video. It is supposed to be fun, but it's so serious at the end. And don't forget to comment down below if you want more of this kind of Q&A. And I shall see you guys soon. Have fun. Oh, be safe and have fun.